It's legs and chest day, so we're kicking off with some back squats. So you want to get your legs warmed up before you get stuck into putting some weight on the bar. And in the insert there, you can see I'm just doing freehand squats, which is also an alternative one if you don't want to use any weight. So if you've got good knees, go all the way down as far as you can go. If your knees are a little bit on the not so flexible side, then just go down until your thighs are around parallel, if you can do that. And if you've got some mobility issues like Matt has with his Achilles tendon, which tends to be quite short, then you could also jack up your heels on a couple of plates, which will allow you to go a bit deeper in the movement. So we're just working our way up in the weight as the legs get warmer, and that minimizes the risk of getting any sort of an injury. You can see I'm keeping my back fairly neutral. Shoulders back, looking straight ahead, and driving up through the glutes. Controlling the movement all the way down and all the way up. We usually do around about a 2-minute 15 rest between each set. Getting a bit heavier now. If you are going to go heavy, then as long as you can control the weight, it's all good. If you find that your form is starting to falter, then it's best to back off the weight a little bit. See Matt in the insert there, he was just starting to round off a little bit at the bottom of the movement, getting to the limit of his weight. A little bit more weight now that the legs are fully warmed up. And we just rinse and repeat. Taking the movement down to the limits of where my knees will go. And just a reminder, the low intensity version of this is just the freehand squat. It's still a very effective exercise. For your breathing, breathe in on the way down and exhale gradually on the way up. For our second exercise, we're going to do bench presses today. And a low intensity version of the bench press or push up is a push up against a wall or against something vertical. Keep your body as straight as you possibly can, and that will work your abdominal muscles and all your supporting muscles as well. And as you get stronger, you can increase the angle until you can eventually do a complete push up. And we're supersetting the bench presses with some leg raises today. Lower intensity movement is the floor raises that Matt's doing there. And you don't have to superset them. What that means is that we're just not resting between each set of the bench presses. You could take a rest between them as well. I've only just started doing these exercises. They are extremely difficult. I think I've got about 12 reps in that first set. set number 2 in the bench press, just increasing the weight gradually. Once again, controlled movement. Control it all the way down, control it all the way up. Straight up and down. Breathe in on the way down, exhale on the way up. You don't have to have your thumbs on the other side of the bar like I do. I just find it's more comfortable that way. Now, this is an alternative abdominal exercise. In the lower corner, I'm doing the low intensity version with my heels on the ground, only slightly leaning back. And in the main view, I've got my feet off the ground. I'm leaning back further, which makes the exercise more intense. Once again, control as you go each side. If you put a lot of velocity into it, it's not as intense a movement, and it really doesn't have as great an effect if you just keep the movement slow and steady and keep the abdominals contracted. And that'll work the intercostals on the side as well as your upper and lower abdominals. Now, it is a good idea to have somebody spot you if you are doing heavy weights. Obviously, we weren't doing this because somebody's got to be the cameraman. So we're just making sure that we're not going to absolute failure with these for the sake of the demonstration. Bench presses are a great compound movement. They work your pectoral muscles, your triceps, shoulders. Last set, best set, as we say. Exchanging the number of reps for the heavier weight. It's a great workout.